Hello and welcome back to EC Angling. Today we're going to be talking about bread, specifically liquidized bread, and how to make it. It's very simple, and how to use it. It's great for a bunch of different methods. You can use it on a method feeder, you can use it in a PVA stick, you can even mold it around a lead, you can make a paste bait out of it. So there's a lot of different ways to use it, and it's especially good in the winter, and since it is winter time now, seemed like a timely time to talk about it. So without further ado, we'll zoom in a little bit and get started. So to make liquidized bread, you'll need a food processor. Now this one I got for $5 at a thrift shop, used junk shop basically, and it's an older model. It's been extremely reliable and has lasted a long time so far. So that's the first thing you will need. Second thing you will need is either white bread or the almost as white wheat bread. Now you can see these bags are a little bit crushed, but that doesn't matter for what we are going to do. So start, open it up, and this is the wheat bread here. You can see it's pretty white, and but the difference is the wheat is a little bit less gooey. So the white bread, when you grind it up, will be extremely sticky, which can be good for certain things. And you can mix it with the wheat bread, is what we're going to do here. But it can also, if you squeeze it too hard, just lock up into a solid ball and be pretty much worthless. So this is the cheapest wheat bread we can get. It was about, I think it was like 88 cents or something like that. So what would that be, like 50p or something like that if you're in Britain. Pretty darn cheap. So to start, rip it up. See if I can get this centered a little bit better. There we go. And just kind of rip it up into chunks. Otherwise it'll jam up and become kind of a pain in the neck. And in this size food processor, it can fit about half a loaf. Cover it up, and away we go. And that is it. You don't need to grind it for a super long time, and what you get is a nice it'd be kind of like panko consistency really, but it's real soft. And then we're going to do the same with the white bread. We're going to do one loaf of each and mix them up and show you what that looks like. So here we have the bread ground up. This is the white bread here. As you can see, it's real sticky. Kind of clumps up, becomes kind of rubbery when you grind it together. And if you packet it, it really does lock up pretty good. You can use this straight as a paste. You can literally just squish it between your fingers. Makes a great little paste there. Is this thing focusing correctly? There we go. Makes a great little paste ball there, as you can see. The wheat bread, not so much. It's a lot more crumbly. But if you mix them together, it makes it a usable bait that is super sweet and extremely attractive to carp during the winter. Works year-round, of course, but wintertime is really when it comes into its own. So after we have the two loaves ground up, just mix it together. And you can see that makes quite a bit of bait. This is a, I don't know, whatever, it's a 10-liter bucket, something like that. And it's half full. As you can see, it creates a real sticky, super bread-smelling bait. I'll show you how it goes on a method feeder, which is one of the best ways of doing it. But if you squeeze it nice and hard, you can easily pack it around just a lead if you want to make a paste or a paste bomb or something like that. Anything like that will work with this. And then again, you could still use this as a paste. So here's one of the rigs that I like to use with the liquidized bread. This is the large flatbed method feeder from ESP, the Mega method feeder. And then we got just a little blowback rig with a little pink fruit wafter from Munch Baits on there. It can be any wafter of your choice, but I tend to like something that's going to stay close to the pile of bait. And that's just on a little blowback rig. So I will show you how I load that up. So to load it up, take your method mold. This one has a large and a small slot on the ends. Put the hook bait in the indent provided. Lay the line out. This would be the front of the feeder. You can see it's going to fit in like this. So lay it out like that so that the hook bait is exactly where you want it. Gently pack in your bread. Now I emphasize gently because you don't want to smash it in there and make it all a hard block that's just going to lock up and never melt down. And you want to experiment with this either at home or at the lake, because the bread will change moisture over time and how wet it is out on a given day. So it's going to break down at different times depending on how hard you pack it in there. So once you've got it full up, lay your method feeder on the top, press it down. I give it a nice firm press in here because I found you can't really get it too terribly tight in the mold. Flip it over, push it out, and there you have it. Nice little pile of bait with your wafter on top, so as soon as this melts, this will just start popping up enticingly above the rest of it, and there'll be a nice little pile of breadcrumbs right there. Super effective and also super cheap. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can do with liquidized bread. I've just shown you one on a flatbed method feeder. You can use a regular carp method feeder as well. You can use paste balm, bare lead, PVA sticks. You can even put it in a PVA bag. I'd mix it with like crushed boilies or something else in that case. Hook baits wise, I like wafters. You can use a small pop-up. You can even use corn. Sweet corn works great during the winter and can be used in combination with this wonderfully. You can also flavor this. During the blending process, you can put in any sort of additives or flavors or anything else you want. If you want to use a wet flavor, just kind of mist it in very lightly. Otherwise, it's going to make an unusable paste. Well, at least unusable as a bait on a method feeder. Work well as a piece of paste, however. You can put salt, sugar in there. You can do all sorts of different things to kind of customize this to make it how you want it. So if you got a favorite dry additive, mix it with some ground bait. The ground baits from Munch Baits work great for this. You can just blend them right in with the bread. Creates a nice fluffy, light, wonderfully smelling ground bait during the winter. So these are all different things you can try. If you want any specific suggestions, I'll be happy to provide them. Just put something in the comments below what you'd like to see, and I will address them in either a video or at least in the comments. So thanks for watching. If there's anything you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.